share with you an update on my Delightful MM, my Louis Vuitton bag that I got almost 3 months ago. Since I posted the video, I've received quite a few questions, so I wanted to film an update on my thoughts on the bag thus far and answer all the questions that I received about the bag. So if you remember, this is the bag. It is the Delightful MM in the Damier Azur. I still absolutely love it. I would say I have used this bag almost every day since I got it. I would say maybe 10 or so days. I have not used it, and I'll tell you why in a second, because I kind of did make a mistake, but it's fine. So a little bit more about the pattern. The Damier pattern, from what I've been told, is the original Louis Vuitton pattern, I think from 1888. A lot of people think that the monogram with the LV was the original pattern, but that is incorrect. The Damier pattern was, I guess, not used for a while. I'm not really sure, but it was brought back, I think, in 1998 in the Ebene, which is kind of the dark brown kind of color. And then in 2006 or so, the Damier Azur pattern came out. So it is like a creamy checkered pattern, and the other square, I don't know, a deep purple, maybe a gray, maybe a deep blue. But a lot of people carry this pattern in the spring and summer because it is a lighter pattern. I love it in the winter. It's fall here. It's just becoming winter, I guess. And I love wearing it with my fall clothes, my blacks and my browns. So the pattern I love. I have not had any problem with color transfer. That is a question that I've received a lot. I do take care of this bag. So I do really treat it with kid gloves, and so I don't know if maybe that's part of it, but I wear a lot of blacks, I wear a lot of denim, and I have not seen any places on the bag where there has been any color transfer. I've heard a few things that, like, if your clothes no longer like bleed in the wash, that there's no longer a lot of dye in them and they won't transfer color. I don't know. I do wear a lot of jeans. I wear a lot of like chambray shirts and denim jackets, and I have not seen any color transfer on the bag thus far. It is showing some patina on the leather, and that comes from sun exposure, air. Now, where I did make a mistake, and I kind of regret it, but nothing I can do about it now, is it was raining. We had a few days of rain here, and I carried my bag in the rain, and the shoulder strap got like sprinkle marks on it, which is a bummer. So there, I'm not even sure that you can see them in the video. I'm not sure they're even picking up, but the little sprinkle marks did kind of bum me out. So when days that it does rain now, I switch out to a different bag because I don't want to make it worse. I know that eventually it is going to really patina, but I'm trying to make it last for as long as I can. Now, I do want to talk about how I store this bag when I'm not using it, because I think that that kind of helps take care of it as well. I'm going to share with you my Louis Vuitton Never Full MM and how I store that, and I store this bag the same way. In fact, I kind of swap them out. So I always store them in the dust bag that it came with, and then, I know this is maybe a little bit janky, but these are those like puffed air things that you get when you order stuff online, and they like kind of fill the box with it and it comes delivered to your house. So I always save them, and then I use them to stuff my bags because they're clear, they're not dirty, you can kind of fit and form them in there. So this is like a really long one, I think. Yeah, it is. So I shove it in the bag, and it really allows the bag to keep its shape. As you can see, I didn't do a very good job shoving it back in. There we go. But it keeps the bag nice and stiff and allows it to keep its shape. Also, by keeping it in the dust bag, you don't get sun, you don't get air, you keep the dust out. Although if you can see, there's dust flying around right now from opening that up. That's how I store the bag when I'm not using it. That's how I store all my designer handbags. And then I put the dust bags at the top of my closet, and they just kind of all sit there. Another question that I received was where the bag was made. I did not mention it in the previous video, This bag was made in the United States, and you can tell that by, well, a couple things. There's like a made in the USA tag right there. So, but each Louis Vuitton bag has a little, we'll call it a date stamp. Maybe there's a real name for it, and mine is actually in the pocket of the bag. Where is it? It was right here. And my number is SD3317, and if you Google it, it'll tell you that SD means that it was made in the United States. Someone said that that means it's made in San Dimas, which is in California, which is funny because I am from California, but I don't know that for sure. And then the 3137, so you take the first and the third number would be 33, and then the 1 and the 7 is 17, which means that it was made in the 33rd week of 2017, which was like August, I think 20th. And I think I bought the bag on like August 27th, maybe 26th. So it was not around for very long. Of course, I would love to have a bag made in France. It is hard to find a delightful bag that is made in France. Most of them are made in the United States, which is fine. Another question that I've received is the interior of the bag. So the interior of the bag is like I think it's called Ballerine. It's like a really light pink. How the inside is holding up, I take really good care of it. I'm very cautious about what I do put inside the bag. So far there are no stains in it. I think I'm actually gonna get one of those organizers that sits inside the bag. I think that it'll help find things in the bag, which is a problem, which I'll talk about in a second, but to keep its shape and to just kind of keep the inside of the bag a little bit cleaner. Now, I have really 2 complaints about the bag, which is funny because my one complaint about the bag is also something that I really like about the bag, and that is the strap. So it has a single strap, which I really love. I prefer it over the 2 straps. I like a thicker strap, but as it's gotten cooler out and I'm wearing a coat, I'm having a harder time getting the bag to stay on my shoulder. When I'm wearing a coat, it just slips off a lot. So I'm wearing it like this a lot. So it's not a huge deal, but it's just kind of a bummer. The other thing that is kind of a complaint is it is like a black hole. I have no organizer, like I said, inside the bag, so trying to find something, I'm constantly digging. I would like to utilize the pocket a little bit more, but the pocket is so deep. It's like as deep as the bag. I find that I try to put my keys and my cell phone in the pocket, and I'm often unable to find them. So now that it is cooler, I am putting my phone and my keys in my like jacket more often when I'm going like in and out of a store or whatever. It is kind of hard when you start throwing things in the bag and you can't find them. So it is a little bit frustrating. Now, the one thing that I really like about the bag is the closure. So when you close it, it makes it like nearly, can you see that? Like nearly impossible to get into the bag. When I'm shopping at the grocery store, at Target, whatever, I don't like to carry my bag, and I also never like will leave my bag. But what I do is I put it like in the kid's seat, and then I strap the purse into like the buckle that you would strap a kid into, and that keeps it a little bit more secure. And then like with this, even though my hand like never leaves the cart and I never walk away from my cart, also because my son's usually in the bottom part of the cart, but no one can like slip their hand in the bag and get my wallet or whatever, which with the Neverfull, I always was a little concerned about that because it was a little bit easier access to kind of get in there. So yeah, overall, I'm very pleased with the bag. I still am totally in love with it. I do, like I said, use it almost every day, unless it's raining. I don't know when it starts snowing if I'm going to wear it as much, because I do want to try to preserve the patina on this for as long as I can. Another thing that I really love about the bag is how big it is. It doesn't look like it's that big. I mean, I know a lot of people carry like a really small bag and they're like, that bag is huge. For me, it's not a huge bag. I don't think it's a huge bag, but you can carry so much in here. It is an amazing bag, and I have had no problems with color transfer. I don't feel like that it has patinaed very quickly. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bag. Like I said, I am thinking about getting an organizer for it, an insert organizer for it. If you have an insert organizer that you love and you recommend, please tell me in the comments below, because I've kind of been looking around and there's so many out there and so many opinions. But if you have one that you love, I would love to hear about it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!